Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, family and friends. We are back again. And last night was an election night for voting. And as I predicted, there was a strong, it wasn't a blue wave, it was a blue tsunami. Blue Party, Democrats won some seats that they weren't even thinking about. The retribution and the kickback and the pushback for the current administration, everybody that Trump backed lost, put it like that. And people that he didn't back, that just happened to be Republican, they lost too. Landslides. It was a slaughter. Okay? And part of the reason for that, obviously the government shut down. So in some of those red states where Democrats out of the blue won seats or won elections, that like they flipped elections that hadn't been flipped in years. And it's because in those red states, a lot of them depend on SNAP. And you see all the AI, all the nonsense that they keep promoting, saying it's for black people. Oh, it's for illegal immigrants. No. The majority of people on SNAP are white people in red states. And it's not just the trailer park Becky's. It's disabled people. It's elderly people. It's children. Like, most of the time, you can't get SNAP unless you have children under a certain age. SNAP, again, food stamps, whatever you want to call it, okay? And people wouldn't need to have SNAP. We wouldn't need food stamps, at least not as much, if people were being paid a livable wage. And I don't know why, I don't know how and why MAGA folks got brainwashed into thinking raising the minimum wage is bad. Inflation goes up every year regardless. And the problem is inflation goes up, but wages don't go up. That's really the whole problem. The whole problem how does that not compute? If somebody is making $10 an hour, $15 an hour working in the warehouse, and they were paying, let's say, $500 a month. They were paying $500 a month in rent. Well, over the last 5 years, that rent has now gone up to $800 or $1,200. But they're still making that same $10 to $15 per hour. How does that even compute? How do people think that makes sense? That minimum wages haven't gone up, but prices go up. Groceries are up. Gas is up. Rent is up. But you don't think that wages should go up to keep match with that? That's why so many people are on SNAP. They can't afford it. Can't afford the high grocery prices that we have right now. I saw this video where these MAGA folks were complaining about somebody using food stamps to buy cupcakes for their kids' Halloween party. Cupcakes, candy, whatever. They were using their food stamps. First of all, I don't care what people, I'm minding my own business. I don't care what they spend the money on. Okay, I really don't. Okay, when comparatively, those same people complaining about somebody buying cupcakes, they're not complaining about the $250 million ballroom being built. They're not complaining about the 20 to 40 billion with a B dollars that are sent to Argentina. They're not complaining about the Homeland Security Director buying two G7 jets so they could have private jets to fly around the country with. 2 jets. And that's not including how much in jet fuel that's going to cost every month. But yet you're worried about somebody buying cupcakes for their kids' school. What you need to be worried about, instead of just worried about what people are buying with cupcakes, you need to be worried about what people bought 14-year-old girls in the Epstein files that they won't release. How about that? Okay? Like, I don't understand how people can be so I don't want to, yeah, how they could be so ignorant to worrying about food stamps and somebody getting $100, $200 in food stamps. I mean, even if it's $500 in food stamps, I could care less. I would rather my money go to somebody here in America. Remember, America first, for somebody to, whether they're spending it wisely the way you think is wise or wasting it, I don't care. I would rather my money go to somebody living on the sidewalk, homeless, getting food stamps, than $20 to $40 billion going to Argentina, putting our farmers out of work because Argentina is selling soybeans to China and not our farmers. President Trump wants to import Argentina beef instead of from our cattle ranchers here in Texas. Like, what part of that? I think the elections last night show that some of the things that I just got done saying, I think some Republicans are starting to say, like, oh, wait a second. They see what's going on. I won't say, I know that they like to co-opt words, and Republicans hate the word woke, but I think some of them are waking up. By the election results last night, some of them are waking up. Hopefully this momentum carries to the midterms, and again, we can get back to some normalcy in this country. I'm not psychic, but I did predict, I make pretty good guesses, and I did predict this stuff that's happening now, all this Project 2025 stuff right now, which includes getting rid of Department of Education, getting rid of SNAP and food stamps. I said this was going to happen, and now people are realizing. Maybe they're not listening to me, but those of you that heard me say it or have listened to me, now you know. Thank you guys for watching my video, and make sure you have a good afternoon.